What is your general feedback from my video?
Yeah, I think after watching the highlights and the longer version, I think it's all there, all in the elements are there. Like, you've got the punch-ins, you know when to cut the music and make it a bit funny and awkward, you know when to bring the music back in and up the tempo. I think the only thing I noticed, and from just from the YouTube perspective, is just that it could be way more punchy.
Yeah.
Is that like, when those jokes, you want to get through that joke in the funniest way possible, punch right into their face, does their mate have a reaction, cut across their mate, cut back to him, and that can all happen within kind of like within literally a few seconds. That was really the only thing I noticed, because people online these days are just too impatient. They click on a video thinking, "Now, I won't go through and watch it. I'm just going to carry YouTube black hole," and then what you want to do there is grab them while they're in that mode and make them watch that 20-minute video that they don't even realise they're watching. They just enjoy. They just enjoy it. But I think that was pretty much it. You've bitten off like a lot there. You're in the deep end. You're a presenter. You're an editor. You're doing the whole lot. So it's like there's a lot to stay on track with. And I think you've got it always just now. Okay, time. But yeah, it's that attention span. I think the longer you sit in a certain vibe on a video, even if it's up to 10 seconds or 15 seconds, that can sometimes be long enough for people to be like, "Oh, nothing's surprising me, nothing's entertaining me in that last 10, 15 seconds. I'm clicking on to the next video." And there you've lost a subscriber like that. So it's always trying to think of like, right, so someone's been watching this for 10 seconds. Is that a good 10 seconds? And then you're moving on to the next 10 seconds. What's the next 10 seconds look like? And it's really just trying to cycle through those vibes and music and funny cuts and little meme cuts and like all that sort of stuff, and reactions. If someone hasn't been seen for a while, for example, maybe there's another character in the room sort of over in the corner and we haven't seen a reaction from them for a while, you cut away to them, sort of thing. But it's all there. The format's there. You've got the comedy. You've got the beginning, middle, and end. That's all locked. I think. Apart from that, that's pretty much it. I think. Oh, that was another thing. The characters in the game. The characters in the quiz. The three guys. Lighthouse Media is at the company.
Yeah.
Those guys had their quirks in the room, but like I feel like you could introduce them at the start. Like you could call them their normal names or give them some weird names or something, but give them a character before the audience then see them partake in the quiz. Then you have someone that you might not like, or someone that is your favourite, and that's always a good dynamic for YouTube. It's good to show personality, because someone will always relate, and even if you don't like them and like you don't want to throw them up in the edit or something, or like there's someone you find funnier than someone else, there's always someone on the that thinks the other way around. So it's trying to find that balance. But apart from that, mate, you're onto a winner. I saw the question was should I carry on? Definitely carry on. Definitely carry on, sure. I think just compress it down. Make it punchy as hell, and imagine everyone watching is a hyperactive little, like, just scatty kid that just is distracted really easily. So you're trying to just keep them locked in, keep it as engaging as possible. That's pretty much it, really. Just up the tempo of the edit, and you'll be flying. I think it really is just it's just an edit thing. I think once you've spent time getting the content, and at least, and you know, your lighting's good, your sound's good, your shots are good, the multi-camera in the what was the game called?
The Say It or Shot It.
The Say It or Shot It. That's it. Yeah. Like that whole scene was done so well. I think it is just the main improvements I can see are all in the edit, and that'll just come with time and understanding, like, just the pace of a YouTube video, really. And once you start uploading those, you'll be able to see the analytics as well. You'll be able to see where people click off the video video where people want to replay it, stuff like that, and you're always trying to learn from that sort of stuff as well. It's hard to stay on top of it, but it is great information to go off, looking for those hot spots, and then sooner or later you start to sense those hot spots before it's even up. You know that, okay, this bit's really good, we want to try and keep them in here, and a lot of the time actually in my selects I'll put a little marker where on a really important bit, like a moment I want to big up or something, and that might be where you put all those markers in as you go, and what they allow you to do is to just prioritize the most important bits of your video, and you kind of want it so that every bit in every section in between those markers is like, you could cut it all out if you wanted, but you probably want to. It's kind of like you just want these main points, and anything else in between is just padding and transitional stuff that will get you from that point to that point. Hard to explain early days, but it's something that helps, because it means you don't spend too much time on the stuff that isn't that good. You can just fast forward to all the good bits and then fill in the gaps afterwards. That's kind of something I like to do, but it just helps with the tempo of the edit, really. That's sort of it. But
Thanks.
mate, you're onto a fire now. It's just going to be motivation and stick with it, because it takes a bit of time. That's the only thing, really. It's having that patience and trusting that the fan base will only grow. It'll never decrease as long as you're consistent and enthusiastic about it. I think you can see it in the vloggers' eyes on YouTube that they're actually into it, then you're way more likely to subscribe. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, kind of like that. But it's really just about trusting in the process and knowing that, you know, if that viral video or social experiment or challenge or quiz, if that hasn't gone viral in that first, 10 videos you've uploaded, to really to trust in the process and know that that the subscribers will come, and the more consistent you can be with it, the more it turns into a TV show for people. So naturally, each week on that certain day, it becomes a trigger. If they've watched the video, say 4 or 5 weeks in a row, and without fail, suddenly it's now in their motor. It's like, it's Wednesday, I might pop on JP's channel and it's got a video. And before you know it, you've got people coming back. And that came, for us, for Stora, that came about really late. And it was only when it started happening that we realised we could have actually made it happen way earlier if we knew what we had to do. Just didn't have anyone doing what we were. So it's really hard to clock. But man, consistency, enthusiasm, and a little bit of hard work, and you'd be there. No trouble at all. It's just that enthusiasm. If you stop enjoying it, just switch something up. If it's not fun anymore, there's something you've got to switch up, because it's obvious when you're watching someone that's vlogging for work, you know what I mean, and they're not actually enjoying it. It's obvious when people see it. Man, just got to stick with it.
Okay, sweet. Thank you. That's some good advice there. I'll definitely take that on board.